Welcome to this edition of Northwest Real Estate Forum. I'm your host, Patricia Wangsness. Today, we're speaking to Sara Shelton. Sara is the owner of Seattle Aging Solutions and provides elder care consulting services to families throughout the greater Seattle area. With a master's degree in gerontology and experience managing senior living communities, Sara has put that experience into her own business, helping families identify care options for seniors. Welcome, Sara.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So, in your practice,
Yes.
you deal with seniors. And in my practice in real estate, I run across seniors all the time. So, one of the things that people ask and we talk about is aging in place. So maybe you could explain what is aging in place and how can people do that?
Okay. Aging in place is really the ability for seniors to remain in their own home and receive the services that will allow them to remain independent as well. So that could be home care services, which could consist of housekeeping, assistance with activities of daily living, which are bathing, dressing, medication management, toileting, all of those kinds of issues. And those services really allow seniors to remain at home while also being as independent as possible. Another service that is also available is geriatric care management, and that's particularly helpful if family members don't live in the local area. And I'm sure you often see seniors are living in their own home that they've been in for 40 plus years. The adult children have moved away, and it's important to have a geriatric care manager that can really help monitor mom and dad's care needs, notify the family if they need to go to a doctor's appointment, perhaps accompany the family member to the doctor's appointment, and report back. There's also a lot of home modifications that can be done in terms of grab bars, increasing the safety in the home by removing area rugs, lots of different things that can be done in the home to really accommodate seniors as they age, as their mobility decreases, and allow them to remain safely living at home.
I see that a lot. It's sort of interesting. In my business, we call it staging when we prepare a home for sale, but you almost have to stage a home so that people can live there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's an interesting analogy.
Yes.
So change is hard for everyone. And especially somebody who's been in their home for a really long time. Obviously, if they wanted to change, they would have changed. So change is hard. What are the questions that you get from both the seniors and the family members when somebody first comes to you? And so what are the most common things that they ask?
Well, usually it's, dispelling the myths of what is available out there. I can tell you, 9 times out of 10, families call me and they say, I think mom needs a nursing home. Well, usually they don't really need a nursing home. There are so many senior living options out there, including home care, which can be brought in. But it's really starting the conversation about concerns about mom and dad's safety, which is really the most important thing. And a lot of times seniors don't realize that by not taking their medications or by not eating meals correctly, they're really putting themselves at risk for falls. And as most of us know, falls are really the leading cause of hospitalization and decline among seniors. So it can be a blessing for families to really act, proactively and talk to mom and dad about possible changes either in their lifestyle at home or moving to a senior living community so that they can remain as independent as possible.
I remember when I first moved here, I had an elderly aunt that I needed to take care of. And I had never heard about adult family homes because they don't exist in all parts of the country.
Right.
So that's a really good option for people that's not a nursing home and it's semi-independent living. So I'm glad that you brought that up. It's important for people to know that they do have choices.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the last thing, again, starting the conversation. Again, change is not easy and role reversal comes to everybody at a different age. So what's your best advice to both the seniors starting the conversation and the family members starting the conversation about change and planning for the future?
Okay. What I usually start with is the issue of safety. A lot of times my clients come to me, either the adult children and or the seniors, and there's been an issue that has caused them to reach out to me, which could be a recent fall. A lot of times it's simply isolation. Seniors, while they do want to live at home as long as possible, they really become isolated. You know, their neighbors may have moved away. If they're no longer driving, it's really difficult for them to reach out to people and engage in activities. And so I usually encourage families to really take it at that level in terms of talking about safety and that they want the best for mom and dad in terms of living life to the fullest. And sometimes that's not possible at home. In so many cases, when I was managing senior living communities, I'd have families come to me and say, oh my gosh, I wish we would have done this so much sooner. Why did we wait? Because it's a huge lifestyle change for seniors, and they don't recognize that they're going to live a much fuller life. So it's exciting to help families approach that topic and really work through that and make that transition.
Well, terrific. That's great advice. And I think we're going to have you back because there's a lot more information that we can share with our viewers.
I would love to.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
very
so
much.
much.
Thanks for watching this edition of Northwest Real Estate Forum. Whether you are buying, selling, or sitting on the sidelines, keep watching for important information on those topics that are impacting your biggest asset, your home. To learn more about this and our other shows, please visit us at northwestrealestateforum.com. I'm your host, Patricia Wangsness. See you next time.